See what this baby's got inside it.
Hey, what's up, guys? Brett from Hapticast Intro here.
Bark, bark, ew.
You suck you off, Phil.
Oh, Josh, I hear screaming.
Oh yeah!
Gone. The controller's gone.
Look at that. You look fucking fantastic.
Welcome to Haptic HQ.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Hapticast episode number 66. My name, Josh. His name, Brett. And we're now cavemen. So, fun fact.
Yes.
That's it. That's all you have to say for yourself.
What's going on? What's up? What's up, everybody?
It's the end of the
Welcome
show.
to the show.
So,
All right, see you guys later. Thanks for coming.
Brett. Episode 66. Kind of a big week for things.
Yeah, I mean,
a couple of different pieces of news here.
yeah, and a lot of things dropped today.
Yes.
So that's kind of cool that we could talk about it, you know, the day of.
Yeah, we can digest it live and in person. It's Saturday night. That's not what they say. Live from New York. It's Saturday night. Also, let me tell you something about Saturday Night Live.
Show sucks, dude.
It's not funny. That's a much funnier show where that comes from. There is one crew on Saturday Night Live that I think is funny. I forget what they're called.
They're called the Tim Robinson Crew, and it's when he was on the show for like one season.
Well, yeah, but it's like a Lonely Island crew, but like not. They don't do songs. I forget the name of them. They're like a bunch of younger guys. I don't know. They're funny, but that's about it. Also, Oscar Isaac hosted, I think, last week or a couple weeks ago or whatever, and his monologue was pretty funny.
I love Oscar Isaac, and I'm really excited for Moon Knight.
I like Oscar Isaac too. What?
I don't think you understand.
What do I not understand?
Moon Knight.
I don't care about Moon Knight. I'm here to tell you, we don't care.
He's a cool character.
He might be a cool character, but don't forget who's making it. Don't forget the last 13 Marvel shows that have been dog shit. That's all I'm saying. I hate to be down on it. I'm just telling you.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
I'm just telling you, man. Listen, y'all be slopping up my turds when you see. All right. I hope it's good. Of course, I hope it's good.
How can it be bad with an actor like Oscar Isaac?
Oscar Isaac didn't fucking write it or make it.
Yeah, but he can make anything good, dude.
He didn't do that with Star Wars Episode 9, so just saying.
He wasn't in it enough.
Okay, well. Anyway, Brett, today we're gonna be talking about. Ooh, that's right. Persona 4 Arena Ultimax came out today. Not that we're really gonna be talking about that much. Abysmal Chronicles, some abysmal stuff on there. Basically, Xbox can't run a fucking studio. They can't make a TV show. They can't do anything. Elden Ring is looking to do some cross-media stuff. A new game was, quote-unquote, officially announced from... the fuck is their name? Supermassive Games. Yeah, another example of we were right. Hogwarts Legacy had their state of play. Today we're going to be talking about that. Dr. Disrespect is selling NFTs. Persona 4 has a Persona 5 has a Persona 4 mod. That is really slick. And then Indie Intel talking about a game that starts with Deso and ends with some sort of word that ends in Ladium.
If you're a fan of H.P. Lovecraft and Lovecraftian stuff, you're going to like this one.
Yes. But before we go any further, Brett, why don't we begin with a quick discussion on what we're playing, what we're doing, what we're consuming?
Yeah, not much, honestly, this past week. A lot of Elden Ring being played. We're actually going to talk about Elden Ring a little bit later in the podcast, but I know you beat it, and I'm on the final boss now, so I think now's a good of time, Benny, to kind of just give your quick little thoughts about the game as a whole.
It's one of the best games ever made. It's the best From Software game ever made. It's the best open world game ever made. Game slaps. Instant classic. It's a masterpiece in every way but the technical aspects. It's one of my favorite games of all time. I put it number 2 on my list on GG.
Yeah, that was surprising. That was
You
very
should follow us
surprising.
on GG. Might be recency bias, but I don't think so. Even God of War, as much of a masterpiece as I think that is, I think this is, well, first of all, this game is extremely different than God of War, but also I thought about putting it above Persona for a second. I really did. I love this game that much, and then I thought about Persona and I was like, characters, and that's why I did. So, game's a masterpiece. I love it. It's incredible. I have, I spent over 100 hours in it. I'm going to platinum it, which did not expect going in, but I'm going to.
Yeah, me too.
Just have a few more endings. I think it's the easiest to platinum complete From Software game, probably. The least cumbersome, at least. Especially if you don't fuck up with your ending save scumming, which I did.
In terms of like actually getting the trophies, yeah, but I think there's some trophies that could be difficult because the bosses could be difficult to some people. But
True.
for us,
True.
because we're so good, is what I'm trying to say.
No, I'm really fucking garbage at From games. You kidding me?
Yeah.
I find a way to weasel my way through each game, is how I would describe it.
Yeah, I think I'm with you there.
Sometimes I surprise myself. This game, a couple times, I beat Melania or Melina or whatever her name is by myself. And I think she's the hardest boss in the game. You were actually in chat with me when I beat her.
I remember you literally came.
I had a real big fist bump moment.
Yeah.
Sometimes I surprise myself, but also you have to keep in mind too, not to, gatekeep anybody. You can play the game however you want, but I used magic, so, Some fights it helped though, and some fights it was a hindrance, to be honest. So, anyway, I love it. It's a great game.
Good. Game very good.
Game incredible. I also good.
I was gonna say I haven't beaten it yet, so I don't know how it, lines up with all my other favorites, but it's definitely that. It's definitely in my top 25, maybe top 10.
It's fucking Facebook, dude. Get out of here, Facebook.
You don't even have a Facebook. You don't even know what a Facebook is.
Yeah, and then I wanted to ask you a quick question. And maybe we could have a larger... All right.
What?
Maybe we could have a larger discussion with that at some point. Maybe if we do a full-blown, we both beat the game review. Here's our platinum experience review or something like that.
Yeah, I would like to do that.
I think it is not the easiest, because there are some bosses that are really difficult in the game, but the most accessible From Software game. And I think that's a hill I'm going to die on, in the fact of, there's so many ways that you can tackle the challenge presented to you in the game. And I really think that if you have never played a From Software game before, this might be the one to start with, because you can handhold yourself through the game, learn all of the mechanics a normal Dark Souls, game might have, even some mechanics that Sekiro and Bloodborne have. Teach yourself how it works in a easier environment where you're not blocked off from doing anything. If you come to a main boss or even a side boss or a dungeon and you're like, I can't do this, go explore for a little while, test other stuff out, work with builds, experiment. I think it's a good starting point if you've never played a From Software game before, and not the difficulty, I'm always apprehensive to use that word, but the challenge scares you.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's definitely the most accessible. It's still tough, still hard. Still will kick your absolute dick in.
Yeah.
I'm getting my shit pushed in right now with the final boss of the game. And actually, they just released a patch last night that kind of nerfed a lot of things that some people have been using to play the game, and now the game's a lot harder. So
yeah, aka Mimic Tier go.
Yeah, my Mimic Tier didn't even make it past the first stage of that boss. Final boss.
Wow.
Yeah, its health bar just went down.
Yeah, and some other stuff that particularly have been big in the speedrunning community are nerfed. Hoarfrost Stomp, stuff like that. So anyway.
Okay.
Do you think someone who likes Skyrim would like Elden Ring? In the discovery open world aspect, I would say yes. I've seen that comparison a lot, and I think it's fair. When you're exploring Elden Ring, there is a real sense of discovery akin to Skyrim, where like you never know what you're going to find around every corner. And yeah, you might stumble into a dungeon that is 8,000 levels way too high for you, and you're going to get your shit pushed in. And I don't want to, falsely present it. The game is much more difficult combat-wise than Skyrim is. But
it's not a hack and slash. It's a
no
roll and wait and
yeah.
wait for your time to attack.
But I think if the gameplay is not what concerns you, the challenge, and you like world building, open worlds, discovery, then this is even better than Skyrim in that sense, because there's no HUD markers telling you where to go. There's none of that. Like, you have to discover everything yourself, and I say that in the best way possible. It's done in a non-cumbersome way that really rewards you, and is really, really engrossing. So
there's no quest log.
Yeah, and again, I spent over 100 hours in the game, and I didn't do everything. So,
it's very much a show don't tell type of game. You have to figure things out yourself.
Yeah,
but that adds to it. It adds to the awesomeness of when you finally do beat something or figure out a quest line or something. That feels really, really good. Whereas in Skyrim, all you gotta do is look at your quest log. It tells you where to go. You go there.
Yeah.
So if you like exploration, if you like that kind of stuff, I'd say then check it out.
Yeah, lots of dragons too.
How ridiculous amounts of dragons.
Yeah,
and they're really hard.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks for the question, Yuki. Let's continue, because I know.
Yeah, let's move on. So I don't really have any other games I've been playing. I played that. No, wait. There was something else I played. Oh, WWE 2K22 came out. Big wrestling fan. I bought that on PC. I've been playing it.
Real quick, if you had to assign a number score to it, what is it?
To Elden Ring?
No. To WWE.
Oh, well.
Elden Ring's a 10. Come on now.
I can't, because I went into it knowing that the franchise is probably going to get taken away from 2K. They've done a really bad job. I mean, the history of it is, 2K20 was so bad that they literally stopped supporting it and started supporting 2K19 again.
All right, well, what about this? Is it thumbs up or is it thumbs down?
Well, again, you have to hold on, because I've been playing it and I was really enjoying it. There's a lot of parts about it that suck ass.
Yeah.
They removed a lot of features that people really liked. They added a lot of features that people really wanted. I'm in it for the creation aspect of it and downloading other people's creations so that I can make it an AEW video game rather than a WWE video game.
Yeah.
Which is why I purchased it on PC, so I could add mods and whatnot.
Sure.
But the mod community isn't started up yet. But the big thing is the game now crashes no matter what I do, because there's a glitch right now where if you download too many images to the game, it crashes no matter what.
Too many images?
Yeah, when you create a superstar, you use images and stuff to like add their face, to add like their clothing and their shirt designs. So tattoos are images.
My jaw just like popped. That was weird.
You okay?
Yeah, that was just strange.
So I can't even play the game until they patch it right now.
That's abysmal.
And I don't even have that many. I have like 10 guys. So
we love broken games, folks.
There's 100 characters you can download, and I only have 10, and the game won't let me play.
How much was it? 60?
So it was a $60 game, but if you pre-ordered it, you pre-ordered the deluxe edition, you got to play it a week early, and I did that. So I paid like $80 or $100. It was $100. So,
Yikes.
but the game's scoring really well. It's getting like 80, 88s, 80s, from like IGN and shit, 8 out of 10. So it's definitely a step in the right direction, but they got to get this shit fixed, and they got to fix it.
Fix it.
Yeah, roster is extremely outdated. Most of the guys are in AEW now. I don't know what to say. It's fun. They changed the whole combat system. It's a completely different game. So I'm enjoying it. I wish I could play it. When they patch it, I'll get it. And I'm tired of getting games at launch and they're broken. This is like the second one this year already, and it's only March. So
Dying Light.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I see you have one more TV and anime thing here too.
Yeah, I watched the season finale of the show Servant. It's an Apple TV exclusive, original, made by M. Night Shyamalan.
Mm-hmm. And this is season 3 now?
Yeah, it's over. Season 3 is over, and it's going to end with season 4. Originally, it was going to be 6 seasons, but M. Night, over the pandemic, rewrote it and made it so it was only 4.
Okay.
This season was the weakest one so far. Total just balls to the wall, weird, very strange shit happening in season 3. the finale, like I feel like the whole season I was waiting for them to set up the big plot of the season, and it was just more of the same thing. And then the final episode, I feel like they tried to like do like a big twist or something, and it not even a twist. Like they did something, and I was just like, that's it. Like there was like no resolution to the season, but it was still good and entertaining and funny and like dark comedy and creepy, and there was some cool moments in it. I got to shout out the actors and actresses in it. I don't know all of their names, but I know Rupert Grint is in it.
Yep.
From Harry Potter, which we're going to talk about shortly.
Mm-hmm.
He is fucking funny and fucking hilarious and amazing, and I love his character. He's like a former drug addict, alcoholic, the brother of the main character, and he is just awesome. And then Neil, I think the guy's name is Neil Tiger Free. He was in Black Mirror in the episode where you can watch your memories on your eyes or in your head.
Yeah.
He's the main character, the dad, and he is phenomenal as well. Dorothy, the actress who plays Dorothy, is great. Everyone's great. So I'm really, really enjoying that series, but this season kind of fell a little flat, but I still recommend it.
Yeah, cool. As for me, continued watching Monster, that anime. It's good. It's good. I still share the same issues that I mentioned before, where they spend a lot of time on these side plots that just take a really long time to pay off and kind of feed their way into the main story. But it's good. I have about, I think, 15 or 20 episodes left of that.
Oh, nice.
So, nearing the end. And then the only other game I've been playing is Horizon, just chipping away at the platinum very slowly. Elden Ring has taken up a lot of my time, and honestly, every time I'm playing Horizon, and listen, I love Horizon. It's a phenomenal game. But every time I'm playing Horizon, I'm thinking about Elden Ring. And so I'm just like, I'd rather just play Elden Ring right now. So, and it's funny because I remember saying about Horizon, I was like, this is the best, and it still probably holds true, the best Western traditional open world game that's been made. And then Elden Ring comes out with an even better open world.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Interesting.
Anyway. All right, Brett, let's hop over to the Abysmal Chronicles, shall we?
Yeah, do you need me to play a song?
Yeah, let's get a little ditty.
Always and Forever. That's going to be our new Abysmal Chronicles song until something else comes up. All right, so guys, this is the Abysmal Chronicles. It's a segment of our show where we go over a couple of news articles that were just a little bit too abysmal to make it as main topics. We have quite a few things here for you. Number one is video game releases. But Josh, the cool thing is that today a game is releasing that is so good and so slick that we don't have to mention any other games that are coming out because this one is the best.
And it's definitely not because we forgot to look at the rest of the release slate.
Definitely not because of that. It's because this game is the best one. It's Persona 4 Arena Ultimax. It might be called Arena Ultimax Suplex Hold. I don't really know. But it's the remastering of Persona 4 Arena Ultimax. It's coming out for PC, PS4, and Switch, which is really cool to have it handheld. And there's a bundle. What's up?
I was just going to say it's downloaded to my PS5 right now, and I'll be playing it this evening.
Very cool. That game is very fun. Good story, direct continuation from Persona 4. And the cool thing is, if you're a PC gamer, you can get Persona 4 Arena Ultimax and Persona 4 in a bundle together for like really cheap. It's like $30 or something. So
yeah, and the full game is $30 on every other platform. So
yeah, and the really cool thing is Persona 4 Arena is actually, it was one game, and Arena Ultimax is a sequel to Arena.
Right.
And they added the story from Persona 4 Arena into Ultimax.
Yeah.
So you can literally play like both of those two games in one. That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's a fighting game, if you don't know, where you play as all the Persona characters from Persona 3 and a few from Persona 4 and a few from Persona 3.
Right. So, very cool. Slick game. Check it out. I can't wait to play.
Yes. All right. Now on to our news stories. So this one broke a little bit earlier this week, and a lot of people were surprised by this news.
Yeah, this is big, and I have a lot of thoughts about it, so hit me with it.
Yeah, so the Perfect Dark team is gone, which is how we have it in our notes. So this is coming from VGC. Xbox's The Initiative Studio has seen a wave of senior-level departures. 36 people, which is half of the core development team, working on the upcoming Perfect Dark reboot, have quit the company during the last year. That includes most of the senior design team, including the game director, design director, lead level designer, principal world builder, 2 senior system designers, 2 senior writers, along with the project's technical director, tech art director, lead gameplay engineer, lead animator, QA lead, and more.
This is so bad.
A lot of these departures coincide with the announcement that Crystal Dynamics joined the team to fulfill co-development roles. And VGC source agreed that Crystal Dynamics' introduction, combined with the significant departures of core staff, likely triggered a soft reboot. Perfect Dark.
So here's the thing. Okay. Alarms should be going off. Bells should be ringing. This is a bad look for this game. So I don't know if it's all these departures were sparked because of Crystal Dynamics stuff. I mean, that's what VGC insinuates here, is that that was part of it, right? Here's my interpretation of it, is that Xbox, right? The initiative is a first-party Xbox studio now. Xbox saw the state of this game, right? And they're like, yikes, dude. This isn't working. What's a team that we could spin off, take people from, install here to help support this project?
Yeah.
Step in Crystal Dynamics, right? Outside, they were not working on it. They come in. All of these senior creative core development people, I mean, these are huge fucking roles. Stepped out. To me, that reads like Crystal Dynamics came in, they were installed, and Xbox was like, nah, these people basically are in charge now, and you're going to need to do this, X, Y, and Z. We got to change this, do this, do this, do this. And they're like, all right, we're out. This is another feather in Xbox's cap and an example of their inability to sufficiently run a studio.
Yeah.
I don't get it. And this is Perfect Dark, right? And this franchise has had a lot of issues, and this is supposed to be a huge title for you from the initiative, one of your biggest gets.
Yeah.
What gives, dude?
If you remember, the initiative was, people were saying it was going to be Xbox's Naughty Dog. It was going to be their studio that made the Naughty Dog level games.
Yeah. And VGC mentions that it's, probably triggered a soft reboot. Yeah, I mean, this game is now what? We're not going to see it for another 5 or 6 years at least.
Yeah.
I mean, these are huge roles in developing a video game. Now, I think they have hired some more people since then, and no doubt the Crystal Dynamics team that came in is probably filling a lot of these roles too.
Yeah.
But they can go off and spend billions of dollars to acquire Activision. Why can't you throw money at some of these studios? And maybe that's the reason, right? Maybe that's why PlayStation's first-party studios produce so consistently and so well, is because they've been built over a long period of time. They didn't have money thrown at them. You know what I mean? And they don't just go out and acquire crap.
I think a lot of this has to do with Xbox's hands-on, hands-off approach, where maybe PlayStation has a little bit more of a hands-on approach where they're keeping an eye on the studio throughout the whole development cycle. Whereas with Xbox, I feel like they kind of let the studio do their own thing, which is great. But at the same time, they come back and they don't like what they see, and they're like, "Oh, no, we got to change this."
Right.
And it's like, just be there from the very beginning then. Have someone on your team like a Shuhei Yoshida.
Exactly. I was just going to say, I was like, you need some sort of intermediary, right, that will insulate the team and let them do what they want, but also be there to rope them in and be like, and just give them honest, constructive feedback on things. It's like, this isn't going to work. Maybe we shouldn't explore this avenue. And I think the first person I thought, it was like, they need like a shoe for some of these things, because he is indie based now, but he did that for a long time. Him, Sean Layden. Now, Sean Layden was higher up in the company, but they are the reasons why a lot of those games were not only made, but were successes, right? There are stories of Shu very kindly and very nicely going into a lot of these studios being like, listen, the higher ups aren't going to like this. This is a problem here. This is a problem here. While letting the team still to do what they want, but guide them in a direction that will appease the people that are above them, that are really writing the checks.
Yeah.
So I don't understand how this can happen.
I could see the initiative guys being upset with Crystal Dynamics coming in, because Crystal Dynamics are the studio behind Tomb Raider, right?
Right, correct. Yep.
And and I could see them saying, this is another game with a strong female lead, and they're coming in, and that would make sense to me to have them come on and help, with this narrative and the game itself. They already have experience with that kind of a genre, but at the same time, I can see, maybe them being kind of set in their ways, and maybe the initiative didn't want to do things the way
Right.
that
And specifically think about the creative people. And I don't know if it was the writers or it was one of the batches of people that left, but two of them just came from the God of War team from Sony Santa Monica into here, and now they're gone. So, I mean, it's not like there's like a lack of talent with these people that have left. To me, like I said, it reads like you have these people in high-level positions that were undermined by installing this other team in there, maybe well-intentioned to support them. But then, they're like, well, what the fuck? I can't make what we want to make now. So, bye.
It sounds about right. It sounds like what is happening here. So,
yeah. All right.
All right. Well, that sucks. All right. Moving on. We're going to talk about Halo. This also really sucks. So, first of all, Halo TV show. The reviews are in, and critics are comparing the series to The Mandalorian, but not in a good way. I've seen it called The Blandalorian because it's very bland. So the video game adaptation stars Pablo Schreiber as Master Chief, who removes his helmet quite regularly in the show. There is images that have released of it. I've seen it. I don't understand why they did that. The Mandalorian comparisons revolve around a plot that sees Master Chief having flashbacks to his past, questioning that he knows or what he knows, and embarking on a journey with a teenager named Quan. Rich homie Quan. And the series is currently sitting at 63 on Metacritic, which is not great.
No.
So that's what I got for you about the show. I'm not going to be watching it. I'm not interested in the lore of Halo or the story of Halo. The gameplay is great. But that being said, Josh, there's also some woes on Halo Infinite side of things right now. What do you want to talk about there?
Yeah. Not to pile on Xbox here, man, but
do it.
What are we doing?
He's about to go sicko mode.
Can we ask ourselves that? Can we just stop and ask, what are we doing? The Halo show, clearly, and I mean, when fans see this, dude, I'm already telling you right now, my gut is like, you're going to get torn the fuck apart. You're going to get torn apart, right? Infinite, dude. We liked Halo Infinite. It's a very good game. It plays really, really well, right? Multiplayer side. So we're talking about specifically. The game
when it works, yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's a whole other thing. The game came out, had a red hot start. We were playing it. Everybody was playing it a lot. Really positive responses from critics and the community. But now, Brett, Halo Infinite is effectively dead. And there's a few reasons behind this, but just to give you a metric, currently, the game has, now this is according to the Steam database, has an average of only 5,000 players. Now, to be fair, this doesn't include console players, so that's fair. 5,000 players on one of the two platforms where your title is released. First party, Halo, Microsoft, 5,000 players. That's a joke. We haven't played it in what feels like months, correct?
There's no reason to play it.
Right. So, why? This begs the question, why? First of all, 343 hasn't introduced any new content. They haven't expanded it. No new maps, no new game modes, outside of reusing the same events over and over and over again. We've seen the Fractured Tenrai event, 13,000 times at this point?
We're just getting delays, that's all.
The Battle Pass blows, right? The leveling was an issue. First it was too slow, then it was too fast, and it's not really worth it. I finished the Battle Pass. You finished the Battle Pass too, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Not worth it. The length of the season is like 18,000 years long, right? It's still going on. It doesn't end until May, season 1.
Yeah, and with the fact that the Battle Pass doesn't go away when the season ends, you could easily make the seasons way shorter, because it's not like once you end the season, the Battle Pass is gone.
Right, which is a great thing, but
yeah,
it's so long, right?
You're giving people more time to finish the Battle Pass that they don't need. They don't need that time to finish it. They can always finish it anytime. You know what I mean? It goes on.
Right. So all the multiplayer game modes only had a few maps. They don't have custom game modes, no Forge. And that, no co-op for the campaign, which is a whole separate thing. Community creations have always been part of the lifeblood of Halo, right? That's why Halo 3 multiplayer has more concurrent players right now than Halo Infinite does. That's why Halo Reach has more concurrent players right now than Halo Infinite does.
I think Master Chief
Collection has like something like, what is it, like 5,000% more players or something like that? There was an article about it. It's like ridiculous, dude. And back in the day, Bungie launched these games, right? Now, they were not live service games. Maybe that's part of the issue. But they launched these games, and they didn't have content for a while. But the community creations swung and tided people over until they had that content. So Halo Infinite comes out, right? And they're like, oh, we're going to launch it early, right? And we're thinking, oh, shit. Well, then this game must be really ready to go. And then nothing. Like a fart in the fucking wind, dude. Nothing. What are you doing? You didn't have a plan, right? Your game is dying, and you are a live service free-to-play game. People are not loyal, dude. They will go somewhere else. You have no player base. It is dying. Now, that's not to say that they can't recover from this, but this is ridiculous. 343 needs to never, ever make another thing for Halo or Microsoft ever again. If I was Phil Spencer, they'd be the fuck out. Your contract gone. Everybody fired. You fucking have failed several times over. You're done, dude. They're finished. You had no plan. And the fact that Xbox allowed this to happen, you're also done, Xbox. You need to get a fucking grip on your studios because this is not good. That's it.
I agree with everything you just said.
That's
All
it.
right. Let's move on. Elden Ring is doing absolutely incredibly right now. The game has sold 12 million copies worldwide. Elden Ring may cross media now, Josh, meaning it might have there might be other things with this property, TV shows, movies, comics.
Mm-hmm.
So there's an article from Twitter.
No, it's not an article. It's just a Twitter link.
Oh, okay.
They put out a press release themselves yesterday, but I didn't include that.
That's fine. So basically, as a part of the Elden Ring sales announcement, where FromSoft announced how many copies they sold, they also said, "Please look forward to more of Elden Ring as an IP, characters, and other intellectual property, in hopes of expanding beyond the realm of games."
Yes.
And then they say, the Twitter user Dom's Playing said, "What might work best for the IP and other media?"
Yeah.
So, I think books.
Mm-hmm.
Is the easiest and maybe best answer here. Yeah, George R.R. Martin, who is known for being an author. Game of Thrones.
Don't let him anywhere near any of this. We'll never see it.
I hate to tell you, he has a lot to do with why the game.
I know, great, but let other people that can actually produce content take it over from here. I like to refer back to the Bloodborne graphic comic or novel line that they did, which was really popular. Awesome. I think this is a perfect fit for that graphic novel or comic line. I think would be an excellent, intelligent fit for this. I would love to see like a gritty anime too, based off of this. There's some really interesting storylines and characters and world stuff that I think could be cool. So yeah, I mean, I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
Yeah, I agree. A comic book, graphic novel, anime, manga.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say a cartoon, but I think it would be way better as an anime. Like I was thinking, like a Castlevania style, animated series. I don't even think it'd be that great as that. I think an anime would be the way to go for this.
Yeah.
Embrace the Japanese roots of the studio and just go full anime.
Absolutely.
All right. So big news: Supermassive Games' new game Quarry was announced today. This is a game that's going to be separate from the Dark Pictures anthology, and it's actually a spiritual successor to Until Dawn.
Mm-hmm.
So we talked about this a couple weeks ago on the podcast, where we talked about we talked about a potential remaster of Until Dawn, and the Quarry being a sequel to that.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if maybe it'll be released as like a pre-order bonus.
I don't think so. This is 2K is completely separate.
So you think that basically like the Until Dawn remake thing was just Quarry?
No, I think the Until Dawn remake might still exist, but I don't think that has anything in relation with this project because PlayStation still owns that IP. So
Gotcha. Okay, well, let's talk about it. So a trailer was revealed today, and again, we were right. This is a game that is existing. Supermassive promises groundbreaking interactive storytelling in an unpredictable night of horror with plenty of flirting and fear as relationships between characters are built and broken through intense player-based choices. The game can be played in co-op, both locally or online. The former lets each player pick a counselor to control, while online play lets users watch the playthrough and vote on each decision. Similar to Until Dawn, The Quarry blends a camp teen slasher with a creature feature.
Yep.
So we're a big fan of this studio. We're a big fan of their games. Dark Pictures Anthology series is fantastic. We still have to play the latest one.
Yep.
With Ashley Tisdale.
Mm-hmm.
But speaking of Ashley Tisdale,
I was going to say, speaking of Ashley Tisdale,
they released the cast list as well. And there's a few people here that are very close to Ashley Tisdale. So number one, you got Ariel Winter from Modern Family and Speed Racer.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, she's slick as fuck. All right, I like her a lot, and I'm not talking about her acting. Ethan Suplee, Ethan Slurpee. He's
Suplee,
from
Wolf of Wall Street, dude.
Wolf of Wall Street.
He's very good.
He's also from Remember the Titans and My Name is Earl.
Mm-hmm.
David Arquette is in this, which is fucking awesome. I love David Arquette.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Is he going to be a counselor? Like, are they de-aging him, or is he an older character?
No, he's a counselor. He is. They showed him as the like a sheriff, in the very beginning.
Wow, that fits him perfectly.
Yeah. He's like, I don't know if you watched the trailer or not, but at the beginning he was like, "We can't stay here overnight. Blah blah blah. Well, let's go." And then the kids are like, "Nah, blah blah blah. We're gonna stay." He's like, "All right, lock yourselves inside. I'll be back in the morning." I forget what the context was,
he's gonna die.
But dude, it fits him. David Arquette is awesome.
Fun fact: there's a documentary about him called "You Cannot Kill David Arquette." It's a wrestling documentary about how he got back into wrestling. It's very notorious in the 90s. He won a championship in WCW while he was promoting a movie about wrestling. People hate him for it. They don't think he should have held the title. And the documentary is about him actually learning how to wrestle for real and proving to the people, like, I'm sorry I came into your world and sucked, but now I'm here to show you that I actually can do it. And he did a death match, and he was the guy almost literally like cut his fucking throat and killed him. Anyway, it's called You Cannot Kill David Arquette. It's on Netflix. Watch it. It's really good. Lin Shaye from the Insidious franchise, The Grudge, and Ouija. Not familiar with that person. Miles Robbins from Halloween 2018 and Blockers. Is it Blockers? Cock Blockers, the movie with Cena?
Yeah.
Cena? Okay.
Yeah, you know who this guy is.
Okay. Grace Zabriskie from Armageddon, Wild at Heart, and The Grudge. Don't know who that is. Halston Sage from Neighbors, X-Men, Dark Phoenix, and Paper Towns. I don't know who that is. Zach Tinker from 13 Reasons Why, Law & Order True Crime. Again, no idea. Lance Henriksen from Aliens, Alien 3, and The Terminator. That name sounds very familiar.
Yeah.
Brenda?
Pointing them out on the poster as you go through them behind you.
Oh, okay, cool. Brenda Song, dude, who we have credited here from Dollface, The Social Network, and New Girl.
No.
That's Wendy Wu, Homecoming Warrior.
That's right.
And also London Tisdale from The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody.
That's right.
So don't get it twisted. I also thought there's like two characters on the left of the poster that I thought were Zack and Cody sitting at the fire.
No.
I literally thought it was Zack and Cody.
That would be slick.
Siobhan Williams from Forsaken and Heartland. Skylar Gisondo from The Social Dilemma and Santa Clarita Diet. Evan Agoria, which is a very bad name, from Star Trek Picard and Home and
London Tipton, Yuki says.
Yeah, London Tipton, dude.
You said something else.
Oh.
You said London Tisdale or something like that.
Oh, Tipton. Sorry. I was thinking Ashley Tisdale. That's why.
Yeah, that's why. Thanks, Yuki.
Justice Smith from Detective Pikachu, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. So I know who that is. And then Ted Raimi from Evil Dead, Spider-Man, Xena Warrior Princess. Dude, Evil Dead, like the new Evil Dead? Is this the brother from Evil Dead?
I'm pretty sure it is. Let me Google him.
Because he was a great actor. No, this is not the guy I thought it was. It's the brother of Sam Raimi. Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm pretty sure he's related to Sam Raimi in some.
I thought it was maybe his son or something, but okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's a huge fucking cast, and all these characters are gonna die. It's coming out June 10th. So
yeah, on all platforms. Listen, they have done this Dark Pictures, right, to fund this, essentially.
Oh, is that so?
Well, that's what it seems like to me. And Dark Pictures are all these small little things. They had to prove themselves to 2K, and now this is finally the big mambo, you know.
Big mambo.
All right, excited for this game. It's gonna be fun. I think it'd be a good one for us to stream too, especially if there's some interactivity.
I think so too. That would be awesome. All right, well, listen, guys. We're about to hop into the main topics of the show. We're going to talk about Hogwarts Legacy. But before we do that, I have to give a short little plug to Dubby Energy. Dubby was formulated to give you focus and energy with no jitters or crashes. Their formula contains vitamins, amino acids, and nootropics, including the patented Neuro Factor. There's no calories, there's no sugar, no artificial colors, no fillers. There's none of the bad stuff. They don't pay us to plug them. We basically have a promo code where if you use it, we save. You save money. We get that money to help us fund this show and our other projects on our channel. So our little catchphrase here is, if you find it hard to work or study, use code SLICK to save on Dubby. You save 10% today if you use code SLICK on your Dubby.gg order. And we really appreciate it if you guys would check it out. My favorite flavor, Dub Sludge.
I just finished another bottle.
I don't know if you can see.
No, almost. I got a little more. I have Galaxy Grenade. That's mine.
Ooh, Galaxy Grenade's a really cool name.
I know. It also tastes good in my mouth.
Mine's a little sour, and I like that. I like it a lot. So
mine's berry flavored.
So yeah, check it out. W.gg is where you can order it. A lot of their stuff's on pre-order right now. They actually just sent an email out to all of this, all the people that are sponsored. They basically said they're sorry that they're not they don't have products like in stock right now. Mm-hmm. As you know, there's a lot of problems in the world right now, shipping and manufacturing and all that. Really tough on small little companies like this. So go pre-order something, help them out, help us out. And it tastes good and it's great. It gives you a little boost of energy. It's not like energy drinks where your heart feels like it's going to explode out of your chest. It's also not like the protein powder that you use when you work out. It's a nice, chill, relaxing energy boost for things like playing video games, recording podcasts, and just sunken dink in general. So. Josh, I don't think there's anything else we could do here except roll the intro for the show, please.
Sunken dink. Hogwarts Legacy, Brett.
That's right. We just had the state of play earlier today, and now we're here to give you a review and a rundown of what we saw in the state of play.
Yeah. So we'll get into specifics. I do just want to general thoughts that you have about it overall. Main takeaway from this first kind of 16, 18 minute, whatever it was, gameplay look.
I don't know if you want me to say that right now.
Why not? I just want your general thoughts, no specifics yet.
Okay. I think the game is going to struggle to find an audience. I don't think it's going to sell very well. And I think it looks really ambitious.
Okay. Yeah, I think overall it looks okay. I think it's a great idea. I hope it does well. It's a very interesting, cool concept. Something I think I personally will probably enjoy. I have a few concerns with it, but it's hard to really say that if they're valid or not until, you play it. But overall, I think it's extremely ambitious, really, really cool, and it's going to face a lot of challenges when it launches.
I agree.
So
you have some notes here. I also have notes on my phone, so if you see me looking down, I am paying attention. I have my notes on my phone.
Yeah. So let's just run through this. First of all, we saw this was a state of play, obviously, so PlayStation sponsored it. And the whole thing was in-game PS5 footage, kind of cut into this trailer. So basically, the story goes that you're a new student at Hogwarts with an aptitude for old magic. Now, those that are Harry Potter fans will know that there is history of like old magic in the series, kind of like forbidden, that you're not really supposed to use, and that it's difficult to wield, right?
Yeah.
For several reasons.
They described it as ancient magic later on.
Yeah. It's set in the 1800s. Somebody is trying to steal this ancient magic or, wield it. And yeah, so it's set in the 1800s. So this is before, the books proper, before, Fantastic Beasts.
Before Harry Potter.
All that stuff, well before that. So that's cool, I guess.
Using the Nimbus fucking 30, dude.
Mm-hmm. There's going to be an in-depth character creator, which they showed, and house assignments. Brett, what do you think about this? I mean, this looks like a pretty hardcore action RPG.
Yeah, you're creating your own character, and you're walking around Hogwarts and going outside of Hogwarts, and you're getting sorted by the sorting hat. I'm curious to find out how they actually sort you, like what that looks like. Like maybe you have to answer a series of questions, or they might even like lead the game with a bunch of little mini quests, and depending on your actions of those quests, that determines where you're sorted. But I can see a lot of people getting triggered because they don't want to be in Hufflepuff or what is it, Ravenclaw?
Yeah.
So, but it was cool because they showed, and they talked about this a lot. There's a lot of locations that they never actually show in the movies, but they talk about in the books, and they had to make them for the game. Right. So I thought that was pretty interesting and pretty cool that we've never seen the what is it called, the quarters, the Hufflepuff student quarters, or whatever
their common area.
Yeah, like you never see that in the movies, but they had to create that for this, and it's pretty cool that that exists now. So that actually might entice people to play as some of the less popular Harry Potter houses.
Yeah. So the open world, right? You have a fully explorable Hogwarts with dungeons, puzzles, etc. Lots of open world locations outside of Hogwarts, including Hogsmeade, which, if you're any way familiar with Harry Potter, that's kind of like a hub town, if you will. That's where Ollivanders is, and you get your wand and your fucking butterbeer and shit. We'll have dynamic seasons, which was really cool, which I thought was interesting. Yep. Depending on the time of year in the game, you explore the open world. They have a whole countryside region that they talked about where you can go out and find little hovels and houses and all these NPCs and stuff like that, and just basically what looks like a massive open world in general that I don't think I was expecting, to be honest with you.
I also wasn't expecting that. I thought most of it was going to take place inside of Hogwarts.
Yeah.
And I wrote in my notes here, like you said, there's dungeons and vaults inside of Hogwarts and a lot of secrets and things to explore that make that area, great and a good place to explore and whatnot. But I think the most ambitious part of the game is what they've done outside of Hogwarts.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm going to spend most of my time out there because there's so much cool stuff that they've added. Hogwarts is cool and all, but we've seen a lot of it. So I'm curious to see what's outside of that.
Yeah, creatures and stuff like that too, in particular, seem very interesting.
I wrote on my notes here, platypus creature is cute.
Yes. That creature, I think, was feature in the first or second Fantastic Beasts movie. I forget.
Yeah, I haven't seen it, but you're right, it is.
The first Fantastic Beasts movie is garbage. Sorry.
So Josh, I want to point out that it looks like, because I thought with such a huge open world, how are you going to be getting around? Because I'm not walking.
Well,
looks like you can fly on a broom.
Yeah, I put in all caps my notes, flying on a broom.
Oh, I see that. Yes.
Yeah. When that happened, I was like, that's fucking slick.
Yeah, that's really cool. I was not expecting to be able to do that.
Yeah.
So
that's very cool. Speaking of game mechanics, let's talk about the gameplay that they showed off, specifically the combat. So now, mind you, Yuki says that's the Niffler. Looks so cute, and it's green.
Yeah, he's cute.
Yeah. So combat specifically. Now, again, this is hard to tell because what?
I just said Niffler.
Niffler. It's hard to tell because we're not playing it. And I went back and forth, and I don't know if it's because how they placed the camera, if that was actually the camera that they're going to use, but the camera seemed really far out and like all over the place, wonky. The gameplay looked very stiff, very slow, very heavy almost. Now, like I said, it was kind of hard to tell, and it will probably be better in practice, I'd assume, because there was lots of cool comboing and even a parry mechanic that they showed off that I think looked interesting. But do you share the same sentiment about the gameplay? What did you think?
Yeah, I agree with you. For some reason, I was getting Final Fantasy 15 vibes. I don't know if it was because of where the camera was or the particle effects everywhere, but yeah, I was getting strong Final Fantasy 15 vibes. I didn't think it looked very fun. Like it was funny how epic they were trying to make it look and seem, and then it's just like a dude like and like to me, and he's like floating around and shit. Like
Something that the movie struggled with to depict as well.
absolutely. In the movies, it was more just like flick, like they would just do the move. Like there wasn't
Yeah.
like a big dance and whole thing to it. I think they're gonna struggle with this. I mean, you're playing a game where your primary weapon is magic, and the way you use the magic is a small little wand in your hand, right?
Mm-hmm.
You don't have a sword, so it's literally just a lot of this.
Yeah.
And they're gonna struggle with that, and there's not much they can do about that. That's the kind of game that they're choosing to make, and I don't know if combat is going to play a huge role. It seems like it is.
Yeah.
So I don't know how long that is going to work.
It's going to be interesting to play it and see how it actually works. Because it's one thing to
Yeah.
look at it, right? It's another thing. I don't know what the inputs are like. I don't know how diverse the combat is. Like, I don't know how many ways there are to approach it.
Yeah.
Like I said, when I started to see the character comboing and stuff like that, I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. The parry mechanic was kind of cool. But this is something that's going to be really hard, I think, to advertise to people about what the moment-to-moment gameplay like that feels like. Because, again, visually, it's just some person going...
I mean, like, I compared it to Final Fantasy 15. In a game like that, you literally are using a sword, and then there's, like, a million swords floating around you, and you're, like, stabbing a million things at once. Like, that's really engaging and fun, and being able to switch the weapons on the fly. Like, that's really cool. Mm-hmm. This is not that. It's just different colored beams of light shooting from a wand.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard.
It is going to be hard. Continuing, they showcased with, I guess, probably combat specific stuff, but just more mechanics. They showcased talent trees, some crafting, stuff like that. Anything
planting, you can make plants.
Yeah, so, and I put on here too, there's the room of requirement, which, again, if you're familiar with Harry Potter, you know that's kind of the room that presents you what you need, almost, essentially, what you need to see. And they took a really interesting interpretation with that in this game to make it your base, almost, it seems like, of where you can create different potions, work on things, heal animals, like all these other different things. But it looked like there was, like, free-to-play mobile timers on some of that stuff, which I know are not going to be microtransaction based. They better fucking not be. But to me, that seems so cumbersome and stupid to have in a game like this. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like, well, I plant a tree and then I have to wait 30 real-time minutes for it to be finished. I don't know. I don't know how that's going to work.
Yeah, it seems time-based.
Let's see. They showed off. They talked a lot about. Yuki says it's weird that you're starting your 5th year. Yeah, that is strange. Which they did touch on in there.
Yeah, let's talk about that now. So, like you said, Josh, it's in the late 1800s, before the Harry Potter series. You're a new student to Hogwarts, but you start as a 5th year. Right. And they also mentioned that the player can sense ancient magic and use it.
Yeah.
So I am not the hugest Harry Potter fan, so I don't know what ancient magic is, but they said that Hogwarts is literally like full of it. So
yeah, I'm not. I could not give a good definition what it is either, other than I know it's been hinted at that it's kind of forbidden, right? Or not to be used or meddled with. And then, like Yuki said, you're starting your 5th year, right? Which is weird. So narratively, that's going to be interesting too about how they handle that. Character-wise, it's going to be interesting how they utilize that, right? Because you're kind of behind the 8 ball.
What is the 5th year in relation to like our schooling system? Is that like your senior year, or is it like your junior year, or like how many years in is being a 5th? Like,
so
how many years are there?
I think that Harry Potter is almost like a mixture of like middle school kind of through high school and college too. So I think equivalently it would be like your sophomore or junior year, probably. Yuki said in the chat sophomore. So there you go. Yeah. So a little bit behind the 8 ball.
Okay. Let's talk about the story a little bit. So we saw
goblins.
that Well, first of all, yeah, there's evil goblins and evil dark magic users that are teaming up. You wrote here, narrative about a goblin rebellion.
Yeah.
The goblins are very anti-Semitic, just like they were in the films. Not a fan of that. I wish they changed the designs a little bit, but I even think that they were in Gringotts Bank at one point on the cart.
Mm-hmm.
So that's great. Also, there's a house elf named Deke, which is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And there was also a room with a bunch of little house elves in it. I don't know what that was all about, but
It's from one of the movies, I believe.
okay.
Yeah, I forget exactly, but vaguely.
I like
remember it.
seeing that. Also, I wrote here there's companions. Oh yeah, so there was different characters
Yuki
that you
says
can
the
like.
kitchen. Yes.
Yeah, so you can make friends with all these different characters.
Yeah, and it
Uh,
seems like they're gonna have a companion system as they describe it, almost
Yeah.
like Persona. I wrote in my notes.
So can I tell you what my problem with this is?
Yeah.
I wish it was just multiplayer.
Really?
I wish this had a co-op system. I wish this was a MMO. I wish this
Really?
was multiplayer. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I can't see, dude, I cannot see myself playing a single player Harry Potter game.
Really?
No.
No.
I would have, if you were like, yo, I'm getting it, I would have been like, let's do it. It's the kind of thing where like Sea of Thieves is like a cool concept for a game and like pirates are cool. But if someone was like, yo, there's a new single player pirate game coming out, I'd be like, there has to be something else to sell me.
Yeah.
But
I
if
understand.
if it was like, yo, you can like go on a ship with your friends and like, I'd be like, I'm in.
I understand. I get that.
So
I mean, I listen. I'm not the biggest Harry Potter fan, but I like Harry Potter. I think certainly more than you do, or at least I'm interested in it more. And to me, the biggest draw is just the seemingly deep RPG mechanics that are here.
Yeah.
Which I am a fan of.
But that leads me to one of my biggest points, and that I mentioned already, is I don't know who this game is for. So I feel like Harry Potter fans are a very niche audience. I don't want to sound insensitive or rude here, but I feel like Harry Potter fans and gamers and hardcore RPG fans don't overlap that much.
I am inclined to agree with you, and I think really the the audience for this, right, is you're gonna have the hardcore Harry Potter fans, and you're gonna have RPG fans, right? There's not a ton of overlap there, at least I don't think, and I don't know if you can really sell either group on this game fully. Now there are people like me that
Yes.
will enjoy both, right? So maybe I am the outlier, but
Mhm.
not. It sounds so
Well-
bad because I want to classify a lot of Harry Potter fans. I mean, listen, it's like,
You were going to call them normies.
yeah. Now listen, that's maybe a little unfair because the fan base for Harry Potter is far wide and reaching and expansive. I'm not saying that's not the case. It appeals to a lot of people, but when it comes to presenting those people with the hardcore RPG, I don't know.
I want to play devil's advocate because someone could easily just say, well, what about Shadow of Mordor? That's a very similar franchise to Harry Potter. It's Lord of the Rings.
But that's a very different fan base.
Exactly is what I was going to say as a defense was Harry Potter is, and I'm not trying to be insensitive or whatnot, but Harry Potter is a lot more females, I would say, and younger people, whereas Lord of the Rings is more adult fan base and
Well, also there's like a Venn diagram too with like tabletop RPG strategy type people that like Lord of the Rings. That doesn't exist so much with Harry Potter. Now, I don't know. Maybe that's unfair, but knee-jerk reaction, that's what I think.
Yeah, so I'm not saying this is going to be bad because of any of that. I'm just saying I think that this game is going to struggle to find an audience. I think that they're going to have a hard time selling this game, and I hope that it doesn't sell awful because of that.
Yuki sounds like boyfriends are losing their PS5 towards holiday 2022. Probably, yes.
Probably.
So just a few more things here. Well, like Yuki said, holiday 2022, no exact
Yep.
release date yet. And then I also, just a few more things. They did show base building, which I thought, out of everything they showed, I was like, I don't really feel like this needs to be in here. Just like Fallout 4, in my opinion. It's like, why is this here? I don't really care about that.
I love base building in every game, so I'm
Yes.
down with it.
Some of the facial animations and eye lines looked really rough to me.
Man, the frame rate looked really rough.
Yeah, and there's some Now, I don't know if it's because of the stream or what, but there were some
No.
areas where I'm like, there goes a frame, and there's a hitch, and there's a hiccup, and there's a stutter, and there's a lot of frames gone, and there's another frame, and there's an extra frame when they cut the camera, and there's a stutter, and I was like, oh God, I hope that it does not have that issue. It I don't know what engine they're running this as, but it looks like it's Unreal 4 or 5 to me. But
Looks like Ungood 5 to me, dude.
All right. And then the last thing I want to talk about, which is the thing that I'm actually the most interested in, and I wish it wasn't such a throwaway in it, because when it happened, I was like, that's fucking slick. It seems like you're going to be able to take different paths and have almost like an alignment mechanic in the game too, right? Outside of your house that you're in, it sounds like you could be good or bad or maybe indifferent, because now, Brett, you might not know this, being, unversed in Harry Potter. The main character that they showed used the death spell in one scene. Avada Kedavra. Avada Kedavra, which is the
Abracadabra.
Yeah, which is the death spell. You use that spell when you intend to kill somebody. That is literally what the spell is used for. Only is when you intend to kill your opponent.
Awesome.
If that is a mechanic in this game, I'm going full fucking Joker mode. Put me in Slytherin, everyone's dying.
Killing Dumbledore.
Hell yes, dude. Before he's even born.
Oh, dude, my fiance just got home and she's texting me. Don't talk shit. Don't talk on shit you don't watch or you're not a fan of. Also, you did it wrong. I'm assuming that.
I don't know. Yuki said you got it. So, I mean, listen, overall, I think this game looks interesting. I'm interested in it personally.
Yeah, I'll try it, man.
I think, like you said, it will struggle to find an audience, but I hope it does well. Because it's a really cool world and a very ambitious game. And I don't know, I hope it's good. That's it.
Yeah, I'm trying to go outside of Hogwarts and explore, and I'm not interested in going to class, but I'm interested in finding trolls and finding like clothing and armor or whatever, and all that cool stuff. So
I'm interested in killing people.
I'm interested in
All right.
All right. So our next topic today, guys, we're going to be talking about Dr. Disrespect. He's a Twitch streamer who's now a game developer.
The
He's been
fucking timbre on that fart was incredible.
So I'll start over.
Sorry.
You're good. So we're going to be talking about Dr. Disrespect and his new game. As a lot of people know, he founded a new game studio called the Midnight Society, and they're going to be making a new video game. It's rumored to be a battle royale, but instead of a horizontal, it's going to be a vertical battle royale where you climb towers and different levels and stuff like that. But there's a little wrinkle in this, and this is very important. If you care about NFTs, or actually if you don't care about NFTs, very important you pay attention to this one, because I think that this could be NFTs being used in gaming for a good reason, but they're not being very upfront about it. So here's the story. Dr. Disrespect is selling NFT beta access to his game that doesn't exist yet. This is coming from PC Gamer. So in December of 2021, Dr. Disrespect, aka Guy Beam, co-founded a new game studio called Midnight Society with former Call of Duty creative strategist Robert Bowling and Halo 5 multiplayer designer Quinn Del Hoyo. So this is a team of solid people. If you don't know, Guy Beam is actually he was a map designer on Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, so he has some experience in multiplayer games. He's also a great player of multiplayer games. He's really good at the video games that he does play.
The two-time.
And Robert Bowling, notorious for Call of Duty back in the day, Modern Warfare, and Halo 5 multiplayer.
Friends with him on PSN, by the way.
Yeah, same, and Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Halo 5 multiplayer, Josh, I can't speak to that, but was it good?
No.
Okay, well, Quinn Del Hoyo, you're not good.
It was like COD.
Oh, well, that's good.
It wasn't Halo, though.
That makes sense. That makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
So, what exactly the studio is making has not been revealed yet, beyond a promise that it will be the most community focused online PvP multiplayer experience the world has ever seen. Again, there's rumors about it being a vertical battle royale. A new blog post has shed more light on the community focus aspect, which will include NFT sales. So the quote is, as we focus on building the best new PvP multiplayer first person shooter, we're looking to leverage the collective strength of our day zero community to go hands on during crucial early development milestones of the project. Midnight Society studio head Robert Bowling explained. This means building an infrastructure that allows the active participants of our community to experience environments, weapons, movement, and other core tenets of the gameplay at a stage where their feedback, input, and guidance can be incorporated. This is a lot of buzzwords.
I was just going to say, it just shocked me.
Yeah, that's a lot of bullshit. So the initial round of 10,000 Founders Access Passes will sell for $50 each. And here's the details of the Founders Pass. Founders Pass owners will also have the ability to mint a unique tradable visor design, procedurally generated and with different, presumably random levels of rarity. It's not clear whether these designs will actually appear in-game, however. The post says that the design only acts as your identity within the Midnight Society and can be used to identify, can be used as your verified avatar in and outside of the community. So a couple things I want to mention. So Dr. Disrespect said that these NFTs, these Founders Passes, have 13 levels of variables. So there's things like the visor itself that will change the design. Your patch on your shoulder will change the design. The background image will change. The pose that your character is doing will change. But this is all, like they said, this is all not even in the game. This isn't your character model or anything yet. We don't know that, but it's $50. And with that $50 and with this NFT, basically, you get insider access to the game. You get to help with the development by giving your feedback, giving your opinions. You get to try the game early before everyone else. They even on the website let you kind of chime in on what you want to have in terms of your access as a founder.
Mm-hmm.
So it almost reminds me of, Josh, the Kickstarter campaign that our boy Chris Stuckman just launched or just wrapped up, I believe, on Kickstarter for his horror movie Shelby Oaks, where basically you are at the beginning of the development cycle and you are with him until the end. So that's what it reminds me of, but it's the first time it's being done for video games. What do you think about this?
Shelby Oaks still has 9 days to go. Oh my God. Sorry.
What's that? They crushing it?
Yeah. Almost at $600,000.
Oh my God. That's good.
Sorry. Anyway. What were you saying?
What do you think about all this? What do you think about Midnight Society and what do you think about the NFTs, man?
Yeah.
I have my thoughts.
I mean, listen, I think the concept of the game sounds really cool. He's talked about this for a while. I watch Dr. Disrespect a lot. I enjoy him. I think he's entertaining. I like what he does. I think the NFT concept, right? I still don't like, but for some reason, this doesn't bother me. If that makes sense, the way that they're presenting it, which first of all, I must say, as much as I like Dr. Disrespect, I think he did a terrible job explaining this on his stream when they revealed it. And I was like, dude, I don't fucking understand what you're saying. So I just went to the website and read the FAQ and all the different things. I was like, okay, now it makes sense. And I wrote to you basically that, and I said that it looks like they're using blockchain to support development and get out like digital deliverables for those that help them support the development, and maybe for stuff like character creation, avatars, whatever. But the game's going to run normally, right, without a need to use any of this stuff once it does launch. It seems like they're using it more to develop it and help develop it and get the community involved and give something back to those that are willing to help fund and found and provide input to the game, right? Yeah. So that's all well and good. I think this is a slippery slope, right? You don't want to lean too much into this stuff, I don't think, but the way that they're presenting it, you know, it's like you can get it on the ground level. You get this in return if you want to. You can sell it, right? If you don't want it, they add it right to your wallet. So I don't know. I'm not against it. I'm not completely sold on this. I signed up for the founders thing. You know, we'll see if I get in or not. With the 10,000 things, there's a couple more days to go. I would love to provide input for it because it sounds really cool, you know. But that's it. I'm kind of lukewarm on it, but it doesn't bother me, and I think the game itself will probably be pretty good considering the talent behind it, you know.
Yeah, the game is far away. It's like 3 years,
Oh,
5 years away.
At least, yeah.
But it'd be cool to play early beta builds. But okay, so here's my thought.
Mhm.
And I kind of wrote my thoughts down here because I didn't want to forget. It broke earlier this morning. So this article. So here's the deal. There was an article that came out before Doc even made the announcement, and it basically said, Doctor Disrespect's new game is going to have NFTs. And he didn't have a chance to control that narrative. He didn't get a chance to announce it himself, right?
Mhm.
So he had the opportunity to change his presentation in a way to make it so our worries were quelled and we weren't worried about it being NFTs. All he did was say, yes, there's going to be NFTs. They don't impact the game at all. He didn't really do a great job, like you said, of explaining what it is.
Mhm.
So he had every opportunity before that. He had hours before he started streaming where he could have changed his delivery, changed his messaging. My thoughts are using the blockchain to resell in-game items. Really cool idea. NFTs, I'm not a fan of. I think they're really bad for the environment.
Mhm.
The blockchain to, give you ownership of an in-game item is
Mhm.
cool. It gives us ownership of the items in game that we spend real money on.
Right.
So in Apex, we spend money and we get a skin. We can't do anything with that skin. We can't resell it in the game. It's if our account gets banned, like mine did, you lose all the stuff you put your money into, all your investments, right?
Right.
So that's cool and all. It's a cool concept. But why is this the first thing we have to hear about for this game? Why did NFTs have to be the thing that led the charge? They're so volatile right now. There's so much discourse about NFTs, especially after the South Park thing. That really, whole world had an opinion on NFTs after South Park talked about them.
Mhm.
But, I just think that he could have gotten in front of this and he could have just changed the messaging and make it not so much of a big deal. So here's what I think he should have said. Way too many buzzwords. He should have said, guys, yes, there are NFTs in the game. We plan to do some really cool stuff with them. And I want to reiterate, you don't need to mess around with them in the actual game if you don't want to. This is a cool, unique way for us to raise money for the game without launching a Kickstarter. You also receive awesome benefits and could even resell your Founders Pass on OpenSea if you aren't feeling that the value is worth it.
Right.
So basically, he should have just done a Chris Stuckman and said, you're going to be along the ride with us for the whole thing. This is basically a Kickstarter. It's basically, you funding the game for us. Because listen, it's an NFT. They're making money. They're going to make money off of this.
Right.
So,
and I think it stems from almost maybe to their own detriment, sticking to his persona to present this. That's all well and good.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Especially when you're trying to sell the game and maybe describe what it's going to be like to play it. Maybe have not been the best approach of how to launch it and announce it.
100%.
Because it just muddies the messaging.
100%.
So, and then we have to sit here confused or parse through this or whatever it is. And again, it doesn't sound like either of us are like completely against this. We're just like, it's a little confusing about why you're choosing to start here, right? Even though we understand it is essentially just a way to help fund and support the game now and get people involved in the development and get feedback. But you didn't say that.
Yeah.
That's all you had to say, but you didn't. So
there's also the fact that when I looked into the Founders Pass, it said that it's going to be 50 USD, and that includes the gas fee.
Yeah.
So part of the thing about NFTs that bother me and that suck is that there is a weird entry barrier where you have to like know about crypto. So when you buy an NFT, you have to have Ethereum and you have to convert the Ethereum into USD to figure out how much you're actually going to spend on an NFT. Like I remember one of my favorite bands released NFTs that give you a lot of cool perks, and I was gonna do it, and then I did the conversion from ETH to USD, and it was like $500. I was like, no fucking way, dude. Because the thing is, ETH, the value fluctuates and changes, right?
Right.
So they say, oh, it's gonna be 300 ETH or whatever. Dude, that could be one amount one day and another amount another day. That is ridiculous. That is not fair. That is not cool.
Well, and that's part of the decentralization of that currency, right? Is it's
Yeah.
its own market. It's detached from any sort of, government-backed
right
money. But
so
that's
when I
also a problem.
saw, when I saw that it was USD, I was like, so either they're telling you that they're giving you it in USD, or we're going to actually be able to pay for it with regular currency.
Right.
If that's the case, I'm in. I'll do it. it's basically backing the game. I'm going to get the game when it comes out with cool, unique items. The game's free to play, so when it comes out, you don't have to pay for it. But you're going to have cool, unique items, and you're going to have all these beta access things. So yeah, $50 is not a big deal.
Yeah, I agree.
But I ain't dealing with all the bullshit.
Could have been delivered better. That's it.
Absolutely. I mean, we saw Chris Stuckman is doing it all through Kickstarter. So
yeah, he raised $600,000. So I mean, I don't know. I feel like Doc could have raised a couple of bucks.
He's got a couple bucks to waste, if you ask me. All right, let's talk about Persona. So this is pretty cool. So Persona 4 is a game that a lot of people love. We love it. Was it number 1 or number 2 favorite game of all time?
Persona 4, number 1.
Number 1? Persona 4, our number 1 favorite game of all time. We did a video series about it. Go check it out on our channel. But basically, we're going to be talking about a mod for Persona 5 that replaces all of the characters and personas with Persona 4 characters and personas. So it's called the Persona 5 Investigation Team mod. And they say that P5 IT is a comprehensive overhaul replacement mod for Persona 5 to replace the characters with Persona 4 ones. Currently, everyone is officially replaceable in battle. The project is continuously being updated. The last update was March 15th, which was just 2 days ago.
Yep.
The mod will be free.
At the time of recording this.
Yeah. It's really cool.
New follower.
It's really cool to see these characters in HD, like the Persona 4 characters in HD in the Persona 5 environment, right?
Yeah. Thanks, AJ Linnet, for the follow.
Thanks, man.
Okay.
But yeah, so it's cool. I mean, listen, I don't think that the voices are going to be changed. I don't think that, storylines are going to be different, but they can replace the names and, you can use pretend to kind of go through Persona 5.
Yeah. This is just really cool. You presented it to me a few days ago, and I was like, this is awesome. I can't believe I didn't know about it. So we wanted to highlight it. So it's on, obviously, PC. It is, the mod is free, obviously, but you can support the creators, which we'll put some information in the description to support the creator. And then the creator also linked to one of the collaborators working on it that I think is doing modeling or something like that for it. So yeah, and if you want to get updates on it, you have to go to the Discord, which we can also link below. And updates are released on there frequently. But
yeah, I'm not big on Discord, but I'm sure that that's like a community that a lot of people are popping off in. So I would say if you want to know more about this project, that's probably the best place to go. Yeah.
So we will put some stuff in the description about that, and check it out. It's cool. There's not really much more to say about it than that, other than it looks cool, it looks slick, and I mean, if you go on their Twitter too, you can see some of the I didn't mean to play that. See some stuff in action. I mean, there's Risei as on. So
that's all you need to know, ladies and gents.
That's it. It's the only thing that matters to us.
Yeah. So yeah, Persona 4 in Persona 5. You can't beat it. And you know what? I'm gonna plug it again. Persona 4 Arena Ultimax is out today.
That's right.
So go download that on your PS4 and Switch or PC.
Yeah. Look at this. Come on now. I don't know why his eyes are so weird there, but
yeah, I think they're still working on that.
Shit. Good stuff.
All right. Well, let's move on to the final segment of today's podcast, Josh. We're going to be talking about, for Indie Intel, we're going to be talking about Desolatium.
Right.
Desolatium. It's a graphic adventure based on H.P. Lovecraft stories.
Right.
So the little teaser text they have here says, immerse yourself in a distressing psychological thriller in which you will have to solve a series of murders occurring around the end of 2019. But this is just the beginning of your story. Dive into the well-known myths of Lovecraft in a whole new way with the immersive first-person, point-and-click graphic adventure. It was awarded the Most Innovative Game Award by PlayStation in 2018 and RTVE 2021, and also won Best Sound Award by Gamepolis.
Mm-hmm.
That's a very odd title. So yeah, this game I found on Indiegogo, which it is, I think, fully funded on there. And it looks very cool. The graphic style is insane. And that's why it won, most innovative game. I mean, look at the graphics of it and tell me that you've seen a game that looks quite like that.
I haven't.
You haven't? Is it up right now on the screen? Can people see it?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So yeah, man, there are 15 chapters with more than 100 scenarios to explore and investigate. So there's a lot of things to do. 4 characters whose stories will intertwine. Over 50 inventory items to use and solve puzzles. There'll be a personal diary with notes that will accompany each other on their journey. Full immersion. Can you picture yourself in a real life scenario hearing the piercing sounds of an ancient god chasing you as you try to overcome obstacles on your way out? Sounds very intense. Hyper realistic graphics, as I just talked about. All the levels are generated by recording real locations in 360 degrees with the subtle integration of 3D elements to transport you directly into the insane universe of Desolatium. It also features 8D sound, which is why it won Best Sound. It generates a surrounding sound effect that comes from many different directions at once, creating the feeling of being in a real life scenario where danger lurks in every corner, a few steps behind you. And of course, the game will have multiple endings. The paths you follow and decisions you make will mark your course at your end.
Yes. Sorry.
What do you think about?
I'm looking through it now.
What do you think about Desolatium?
It looks slick, my man. And I mean, looking at that's why these camera movements and these environments look so real yet not, like very off-putting in a sense, and gritty.
Yeah.
I is because of that, how they shot it with the 360 camera.
100%.
This is a really cool, really interesting project. It is on Indiegogo, like you said. I don't know how Indiegogo works, to be honest with you. It's 51,305 USD by over 1,200 backers. I don't know what that means, to be honest with you. It's not like Kickstarter where there's like a funded out of amount. But yeah, I mean, it looks like you can wishlist it on Steam right now too. Yep. So
yep. It says that there are trying to find a release date, Q2 2022, so it's coming soon.
Yeah.
It looks like June 2022 is the expected release date for physical copies. It says March 2022 for digital. So
yes, it does.
I don't know if that's going to happen, but
well, cool. We'll see.
So yeah, check it out. The game was funded. It looks awesome. Like Josh said, it's got that uncanny valley because of the 360-degree camera.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Yeah, Desolatium. Links in the description. Check it out.
Check it out. All right.
Oh.
We
I switched to the wrong screen first.
Nice. We made it. Another episode.
Yep.
A lot of news, a lot of things to talk about. As always, we appreciate you watching. If you made it this far, we love you. And quite frankly, we want to suck you off.
So there's strong sentiments to have.
So I want to shout out a couple things. Number one, we have merch. I'm wearing one of our new hats that we've just added to our store. Josh is also wearing one of our hats. You can check these out at our store right now. We also have hoodies. We have t-shirts. We have beanies. We have other hats and a whole bunch of other stuff. I'm working on a new design for a t-shirt right now, so be on the lookout for that one. It's a parody design from a classic video game cover, so be on the lookout for that.
Mm-hmm.
You've seen that.
Mm-hmm.
Also, a couple new videos in the works right now. Obviously, all of these topics from today's podcast will be released as separate videos. But also, we are working on unclaimed baggage video.
Right.
And Josh is editing it right now. He said it's coming out good, and we filmed it like 2 weeks ago, and it was pretty funny. And he said it's even funnier in the edit. So that's all you can hope for.
Be on the lookout for that. We should also probably, and we didn't talk about this ourselves, and we can talk about this off stream too, but next week, probably no stream.
Yes, because you're in the middle of a lot of stuff.
Yes, but conversely, next week, you can probably expect the unclaimed baggage video to go live.
Meow.
Also, next time we are live, this This will be gone.
Your beard.
This is it.
Well, I teased on Twitter that we're going to be talking about how handsome you are, and I think that's why I said that, because I know you were going to be shaving your beard off. Yeah.
Not on stream, but
Josh is going to be shaving his beard on stream, ladies and gentlemen. So don't miss out on the next episode. You'll see him shaving his beard off.
That's a lie. I have an appointment with a barber next Wednesday to cut the hair and take the beard off.
Can't shave your own beard?
I can, but I want it clean with my haircut. So I figured,
dude, you're going to look so ridiculously silly.
Silly?
Not in a bad way. You're a handsome guy, but you're just going to look young, dude.
I'm aware.
I have the picture of you. I can't even find it anymore because you don't have a Facebook.
I don't look a day older than I did in fucking middle school. I'll tell you that right now.
Yes. There's a picture of you with your hair slicked back with no facial hair, and you're smiling and your cheeks are really red, and you look so young in that one picture, and I feel like that's going to be you next week.
I'm like Keanu Reeves, dude.
Never age.
I don't. I'm going to look so young. I'm actually kind of dreading it a little bit, but
you're going to look good. Are you going to grow it back out afterwards?
Once the show I'm done in is, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, because I ain't trying to fucking... I'm going to have to shave like every couple days now, or every day now.
Yeah, it's going to suck.
Man, I don't want to fucking do that. Dude, I haven't been clean shaven in like a decade.
Same.
Dude, I've had facial hair for a long time.
Yeah.
So, you know.
It's also... Listen, I got to tell you, dude, the shirt I'm designing... You're in it, and you have a beard, so it's going to be off-brand if you shave your beard off. So,
well, we're going to be off. Back. I will, but we're going to be off-brand for a little bit. And the real reason, and then we'll wrap up. The real reason that I'm going to the barber to get it done, right, is I moved a little bit ago, and before that, I went to the same barber for about 7 years, right? This barber in Manayunk area, not in Manayunk, but near Manayunk, because I lived in that area. I fucking loved this barber. Every time you go in, good haircut. Doesn't talk to me while I'm in the chair. Knows exactly what I want. Got to a point where I didn't have to fucking say anything to this woman. My barber's a woman, by the way. I didn't have to say anything to her. Sit down. She cuts it the way I want. Not a single word said. I pay and leave. Such a good experience for years. I missed it when I moved. Did
you ever tip her?
I big tips all the time.
I wanna lick you till you come.
Haircuts are usually $35 there, so a little bit more on the expensive side. Yeah, but worth it. Trust me, worth it. They take care of you there. Dave's Wissahickon Barbershop. And I usually always gave about a $20 tip. So, listen, dude, quality.
$20 tip.
Dude, she is fucking incredible. Clean. No,
I'm trying to find a sound effect to match how I feel right now. Gotta tell you, there isn't one.
Dude, clean. No, I mean, dude, I can walk in. When I could walk into a barber, not say a word, sit in the chair, she gives me exactly what I want, and I leave.
You point at the pictures on the wall and say, I want that?
No, I had the same barber for years. She just knew what I wanted. Incredible. So anyway, the real reason I'm getting my beard and everything else done is because the show that I'm doing that I need to take off for is in that area. So I'm going to that area early one day to go to that barber again because I have not been satisfied with my haircuts since leaving that area.
Interesting.
So that's my TED Talk. Thanks for coming.
I'm going to need tickets for your show if you don't mind, or tell me where I could buy them.
I will. They're not on sale yet. Next week.
And not just for me, my lover wants to go as well.
She does.
She's very excited, actually.
I don't know if you guys are ready.
Are you going to be like kissing dudes or kissing girls or?
No, I'm the love interest of the show. It's very weird. The show is presented as a traditional musical, but it's very weird. And it's fourth wall breaking. I think you'll enjoy it. I don't know if normies, quote unquote, will enjoy it, to be honest with you. Not that I'm calling Jess a normie. I mean, in the grand scope. In the grand scope of things.
She can't hear you. She is.
It's very if you pay attention, it's strange. So I'll leave it at that. So, and yeah, you'll get to hear me sing. So,
what's it called?
The Fantastics.
Fantastic Beasts. Got it.
Yep, Fantastic Beasts and where to find them, and that is in my ass. All right, that's it. Make sure you make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe. Appreciate you all. We'll talk to you soon. Stay tuned to our socials, and goodbye.
See ya.
I'm telling you right now, I have to take a massive fucking shit. It's brewing. Right
I don't
now.
know if we're still live or not when you just said that, so I'm just gonna act like we are.
We are.
And we are.
I think so. That's my ass right now. It's gonna.
You know what? You could order some of
Oh. Then I'm gonna need to purchase a new toilet.
Oh my god. What?
Codename 64 says we're still live. Ah, shit, dude.
Wait, are we still live right now?
I don't know, dude. Are we?